Today's episode is all about the vowel O. Listen carefully while I'm reading the passage to the different O that are pronounced in the different O words. First, I'll read it without the text, then I'll read it with the text. While I'm reading it without the text in front of you, you can watch my facial expression and my mouth, okay? I will emphasize the words with the O's. One hot afternoon, Tom went to the park to clear his mind. He bought lemonade from a boy whose friendly dog often followed visitors. The boy smiled and said, "He loves playing fetch." Tom threw a stick and the dog ran after it. Nearby, an old man sat reading about the battles fought long ago. "History teaches us lessons we ought to remember," he said. Tom nodded, reflecting on his own struggles. As the sun set, Tom realized life isn't always about big wins. Sometimes you lose, but simple moments like these can bring peace. He smiled and moved on. One hot afternoon, Tom went to the park to clear his mind. He bought lemonade from a boy whose friendly dog often followed visitors. The boy smiled and said, "He loves playing fetch." Tom threw a stick and the dog ran after it. Nearby, an old man sat reading about the battles fought long ago. "History teaches us lessons we ought to remember," he said. Tom nodded, reflecting on his own struggles. As the sun set, Tom realized life isn't always about big wins. Sometimes you lose, but simple moments like these can bring peace. He smiled and moved on. 不要担心，这个6种 O 音呢，这个不是一个规则，也不需要你记住背的规则。这里是要让你注意，英文 O 或者其他字母都有很多发音，所以要标准。英语的发音呢，都要会几种字母的发音。但是这个是通过听的，不是通过背的方法来学习。Yeah, so don't worry. This is not for you to memorize. There's no rules as such in English. There's always variation, exceptions. This is so that you are aware that when you read or speak English, there are many different O sounds that you have to be aware of. First of all, you just have to listen for them to see which ones are which. And then once you've listened to them, you get familiar with the sounds and then you pronounce them accordingly. You don't have to memorize. You don't have to learn the 6 different sounds. Please don't. So just listen and get familiarized with the sounds. So the exercise for this episode, this passage of English, is to be mindful, 注意 this O sound. So I'm going to read it again. You listen again and just listen for the O sounds that I say when I'm reading. Okay. On a hot afternoon, Tom went to the park to clear his mind. He bought lemonade from a boy whose friendly dog often followed visitors. The boy smiled and said, "He loves playing fetch." Tom threw a stick and the dog ran after it. Nearby, an old man sat reading about battles fought long ago. "History teaches us lessons we ought to remember," he said. Tom nodded, reflecting on his own struggles. As the sun set, Tom realized life isn't always about big wins. Sometimes you lose, but simple moments like these can bring peace. He smiled and moved on. 在朗读里面, in the reading, you can also hear other aspects of the English language. 其他英文语言特色的，就是 that is connected speech, the rhythm of the language, intonation, stressed syllable, and a few other things. But today we are going to just look at the O sound. In other episodes, I will go through different aspects of the English language, and together we will learn how to read and speak English correctly. So watch out for my next videos. Goodbye for now. If you like the video and you'd like to follow this channel, please subscribe because there'll be more and more episodes on learning English.